Hi, it's Savannah O'Gwyn from Savannah Land 2. Today I'm going to share a start-to-finish card that I created using some new Reverse Confetti January stamps and dies, as well as a bitty bag from Whisker Graphics. I absolutely love my bitty bags, and today I'm going to emboss on it. It's a fairly simple technique, so let's get started. I really don't have a design for my card as I started, so I think I'm going to emboss my bitty bag first, and I always use an embossing buddy to help the static. And now I'm using some Versamark ink that has been re-inked. I like a juicy ink pad when I'm embossing, and I'm stamping my image at the bottom of the bitty bag. And now I'm adding my absolute favorite gold embossing powder. This is by Imagine Crafts, and I decided to add just a little bit more before I heat embossed it. Look at how pretty that looks. It's just such a pretty gold. It's perfect. So I decide that I'm going to do a white on white card, and I'm going to do a white bitty bag on top of a white cardstock. And I'm adding some pattern paper from Crate Papers from last year. I think it's their last year's Valentine's Day line. And the pattern paper is a little bit smaller than the bitty bag, so I add it at a diagonal. And now I can't decide if I'm going to use a gold or red metallic paper for the arrow die. So I have to think about it. And I pull out some more pattern papers. I wanted to see if I should add a bit of color or pop using some different pattern papers, and I think teal will look really nice. So I pull out a couple of those. And I set them aside because I'm really not sure what I'm going to do. We're flying by the seat of our pants here. Now I'm going to die cut the Tag Me banner and the arrow die. And I really like it in the red metallic, but I have to think. And I'm going to think a little bit more about where I'm going to place the sediments. And I'm not really sure, but I end up using this XO sediment for the banner, and it's the perfect size for that little embellishment. And I decided to use the Happy Valentine's Day sediment as well. Right here I'm adding some clear tape to the back of my die. Sometimes I don't always take out pieces from the die, and I leave them in, and to keep them together I just add a piece of clear tape in the back. I pulled out some gold floss. I wasn't sure if I was going to add it to the banner, but I decided to stamp on top of it first and let that dry while I think. And I have to mention that is Brilliance ink by Sukaniko, and it is so awesome. I love it. It's bright, it's beautiful. And after it dried, I added the floss. I did end up adding the floss to the banner. It was in a messy design. I didn't really add it in a pretty way, but I ended up liking how it looked. And so I'm still thinking about the sediment, and I'm not really sure what I should do. And I noticed that as I worked on this card, that as I was thinking about certain elements or where I wanted stuff, I would clean or work on a different part of the card so that I didn't have to think about what I really needed to think about. But I think the bag is pretty much done. I just have to add the sediment. Right there, I'm just wiping away a couple of the extra glue dots, and I accidentally moved my mat in the process. Travis got me a new camera for Christmas, and I am not used to it yet, so I moved the mat on accident. I masked the sediment, and then now I'm adding some foam and a gift card, and I'm done. Well, not really. I have to do a little bit of card surgery because it wasn't straight for me. And so now it's finally finished. And that's really it. This is a simple card. Just emboss, add some paper, stamp some sediments, and add some die cut embellishments as well. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the new products on the Whisker Graphics and Reverse Confetti store sites. Thank you so much for watching.